People ask the question, is the American dream dead? Well, the moment we stop dreaming, we might as well be. We bring you a show of real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. We're the Davids going up against the Goliaths. I'm sure you'll recognize some of the guests on our show.
It is about how can I make a difference?
Every obstacle can have opportunities.
Passive relationships are passive income.
Community, connection.
No matter what, just get started.
Just get started, and the only way to do it is to do it.
You just need to get in the game and start understanding it.
Some people just see a car. Other people see a celebration of success. Here in Winter Park, it is very common to see a high-end luxury car, but how often do we stop and think about the person behind the wheel and the story that brought them there? Well, today we are going to take you behind the scenes and share some of those stories with you. So I'm here today with Ashley Frater, the Lamborghini Brand Manager. And if you've ever met Ashley, you will realize once you start talking to him that this is not just a car, this is a passion. So tell us, Ashley, when did you realize that this was just more than just a car to you?
Okay, I think when you start out in life with so much exposure to really cool cars, and that's what happened to me. So I was really fortunate. My father was a motoring journalist, and every day was picking me up from school in a different car. So I was also reading the magazines that my father wrote about the cars that I had those journeys and experiences with. So that started me off very, very young, and I took that opportunity for all my career to stay with these amazing brands, exciting cars, and whether it's my own purchases or helping customers now with these cars, yeah, the passion's always been there.
What was it about this particular car that you were like, okay, this is where it's at for me?
Okay, so why Lamborghini? You got to understand the beginnings of the company. So 1963, we had Ferruccio Lamborghini, who was a Ferrari owner, that was so dismayed that his car wasn't performing how he wanted to. And he met with Enzo and said, hey, I can make this better. That didn't go well. So Ferruccio, in a very short period of time, came back with his own product, his own car, and a very, very bold ambition to be able to create the ultimate supercar. And here we are all these years later with amazing, exceptional vehicles, all thank you for that moment. So.
Yeah. That is truly amazing, and it's such a great story that I don't think most people would know. All right, so Ashley, you've helped so many people buy their dream car. What is your favorite story?
That's an interesting one because every day is a new story. Every day is a new car, every day is a new person that's coming through. And some of those journeys start with the passion for configuring a vehicle, sitting down, choosing all the colors, leather options and things. And sometimes it's an impulse purchase where it's just walking through the door and someone saying, wow, yeah, I love the color. So it's tough to say one individual one because every day is special. Yeah.
You have handed a lot of keys off. What does it mean to you personally when you hand those keys off?
Everyone is a special moment. There was one time, it was a few years ago, a gentleman came through to look at a car, actually the one behind. And then from that, I had the benefit of meeting with him a few years later and delivering his first Lamborghini for him. It was just a manifestation at that first stage. And it was wonderful to be there and see such a strong, powerful man with a tear in his eye, realizing what he'd achieved. I always do my best in these situations. I want to explain to people that it was their actions. It was them taking that opportunity to come into the dealership to spend some time with me. And let's think about it, going away and focusing, how can I achieve this? Mm-hmm. What will I do? What are the circles of friends that I will be part of to get to this point? And I was happy to hand him the keys for that one.
Ashley, you've told us some really wonderful stories today. And one of the things is what I got of some of the stories is that people don't just walk in a showroom and say, I'm going to buy a car today, that there's a history, there's a passion that started when they were probably very young. Is there a story that kind of comes to mind of where some of these, like it started for you at such a young age?
Absolutely. So you're right. It can be impulsive, these purchases, but this is a great example actually with meeting a new friend a few years ago, John.
Yeah.
John came through and he actually had done these drawings at home to bring into us to share his passion for Lamborghini. I'm very glad we've been able to have him attend a number of the events and sit in some of the cars. And yeah, sometimes it is about the passion, and what a wonderful thing to have that from a young age.
Do you see that, you know, there's that 8-year-old little boy that was like, this was the car that I've always dreamed of? Absolutely,
yeah. It's that glint, that sparkle in their eyes, 100%. I mean, people go through so many amazing emotions through this. This is the culmination of hard work, success, rewarding themselves. So yes, I personally love every one of those moments because you get to share in that emotion and that joy.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing all your stories with us today. And I want to say, the next time you see one of these cars rolling down the street, just remember that it's not just a car, that there's a story behind it, and there might just be an 8-year-old boy that is living out his lifetime dream. I'm Melissa Johnson, and this is Your American Dream.